when you would see someone walk through with that video that you knew you wanted and they were out, and they had to check it in first. Remember they had like a pile? You're like, could you just check the pile? Check the pile, and they're like, oh.
Welcome to Local Stature, where Blair and Shannon bring creativity to life with custom laser engraving projects. From unique home decor to personalized gifts, we showcase the art of turning your ideas into stunning, one-of-a-kind creations. If you love seeing creativity and laser technology in action, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our journey.
What are we doing?
We made our new logo sign that lit up.
I like it.
And Matt saw that and said that he needs a lit up sign for a set for filming and wants a Blockbuster sign, like a
old school
like
Blockbuster.
the old school Blockbuster logo.
Okay.
With it backlit.
Okay, cool.
So we're just gonna keep on this train of lighting the backs of signs. So that's what I got going on today.
Is that where the sneaky wood came in that was painted?
Yes, that is where the sneaky wood came in because I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and have that painted for today.
Cool. All right, cool. Which we'll start with first.
Start with that one.
Have you got it?
Can I put the yellow on top of it?
You've already got it designed?
I do already have a design.
Okay.
Ooh, dusty.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's bright. That's more like Best Buy than Blockbuster, but
I don't remember the Blockbuster. I mean, I remember the words. I just don't remember the actual
it's like a
color.
A ripped ticket. So it looks like a movie ticket with a little circular cutout on one side and then kind of ripped on the other side, and then it just says Blockbuster. I mean, sometimes it will say Blockbuster Video, sometimes it will say Family Video, but I'm just gonna do Blockbuster.
You remember Pick-a-Flick?
Pick-a-Flick? That sounds familiar.
That was before Blockbuster.
Yeah. I like traced the logo and then I didn't like it because it didn't trace the letters like as perfectly as I wanted it to. So I just found a font that was very similar and used that. And it said it was the Miami Dolphins font, which I was like, well, that's great because my husband loves the Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins,
I just kind of condensed, I broke these lines up into 3 different parts so that we didn't waste some huge piece of wood. This is a score line so that we can figure out where to put these.
Okay. I mean, is this going to hang on the wall?
Yeah, so I was going to get you, because you're good at that, of coming up with ways to
do the support on the back.
Yeah. And then I figure we could do the LED light just like right on the outside of it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That's gonna fit.
Hey, before you cut this, do you want to glue this or do you want to just 3M stick it?
I would like to 3M stick it. What I need to cut is almost 5.5 inches tall.
Okay.
So as long as I know, because that's 6 inches, right? Yeah, so I'll just stick to the top of the board. I'm marking where the tape stops just to make sure that when I'm framing it out, which is not gonna matter if the tape's on the majority of it, but I'd rather get, sometimes it does matter, but that time I don't think it would.
I'm surprised you never worked at a Blockbuster. I had a patient the other day, she's getting ready to graduate high school, and she's wanting to get into photography, and I was like, you don't have to go to college, huh? I was like, you do. I was like, there's some really good guys. I said, brother-in-law watches several people, and there's one guy in particular I remember that was just phenomenal. Now, if you don't want to, if you were worried about clear coating the blue, we can just trace it, put blue tape down.
Well, I already kind of sprayed it a little bit.
But if you're really worried about that,
yeah,
we can do blue tape on top because it's just that edge. Right, the big reveal.
The big.
Nice.
Probably should have checked to make sure it cut before I'm like moving
before
around.
you yanked it.
I had faith.
So you just want to put it together like that? I mean, it's for a prop, why not?
Say what?
It's for a prop.
Yeah, it's not. I know. I was like, it would probably be best to not to have it be a solid piece, but I was just didn't want to waste the wood.
I do remember this.
So 10% power.
And just do 150.
I'm doing a light score lining. I kind of inset the letters so that it's within the letters instead of coming out right at the letters, and just making a little score line on the board so that when we go to put these down, we have a guide to put them down. Or you could use the cardboard cutout, but I just decided to do it this way, which I might regret, because what if I mess it up? But we'll see. Always makes me nervous when I paint a giant board. Yeah, so it's just barely making a mark so that it gives a guide. Yeah, I might have gone even a little too hard on that scoring.
Didn't slit out the corners. Yeah.
Didn't like the corners. Yeah, I do need to clean up a couple of little marks.
Oh, you didn't score that.
No, I didn't, and I didn't do it on purpose because I knew that there was a possibility that would be a little bit harder with these, and I was like, this is not going to be that bad. I think it's how I did it. And the top has more space than the bottom. I feel like this actually more like right.
But look where you are down there.
I know, but on the thing, like I said, there's more space up here than there is down here.
Okay. Well, let's just get some blue tape, anchor it down, and then.
But see, then I gotta make sure that it's. So, and that was another thing. I was like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, it's like anchored this one down, but I just want to get an idea. And then we'll make sure that that's level. After printing these out, Matt thinks, and I agree, Shannon and I agree with him, that these could be thicker. This is what is accurate to the logo, but when you put it on here, it's not a lot. So we're gonna, since we have extra yellow painted board, we're going to make them thicker. I mean, I think honestly, just being able to just what it was, walk through the store and get to see the fronts of all the movies to be able to decide what you want, and then go into different genres and.
Oh, you're talking about the cassette covers?
Yeah, the VHS
you called
covers.
the first.
Yeah.
I think it would be the disdain of the employee when you would see someone walk through with that video that you knew you wanted, and they were out. They had to check it in first. Mm-hmm. Remember, they had a pile. You're like, could you just check the pile? Check the pile. And they're like, oh. It's like the best feeling ever. Check the pile, or just don't rewind it and just watch their face.
My favorite part would be dropping it in the little box in the outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. You don't get to do stuff like that anymore. Do you remember when Netflix first started and you would go to the little kiosk and then put your DVD in the...
I remember when they delivered the DVD in your mailbox.
Yes, and you'd wait on it, and then you get to keep it for 2 or 3 days and then mail it back.
7 days.
7 days?
You got to keep it for 7 days.
I do remember that, thinking, this is crazy.
Yeah, I was just like, this is nuts. It's like, I can order as many as I want to.
And then the kiosk, which I think they still have the kiosks. But and it had to have the screen to come down because the sun would be shining. You couldn't see anything on the screen. All right, well, just putting that down. I'm gonna say Matthew was right. I probably shouldn't have made it where you could see the little lines, but it's okay. It's all fine. I'm gonna test out, because Matt also wants us to try something else out, which I also think is a good idea. So I'm going to test out one of the letters with a piece of clear acrylic to put it on top to give it a little shine, maybe depth, if you will.
Did you just smell it?
I did.
Does that mean it's ready?
No, it just smelled extra chemically. You know how
No.
being in mom's shop all the time, Cause she did hair. She owned a salon.
Oh yeah, so you did all those.
Just smelled like nail stuff and perms,
the
and
perms.
it just takes me back. All right. Problem is, I don't know how you're gonna stick it on there. I'm sure there is a glue. I don't know of a glue that you're not gonna be able to see.
You'd have to paint this. Paint just the back, and then you can glue, and the glue's underneath the paint, it sticks. It's just painstakingly. You can paint the whole sheet of acrylic, cut it, and then glue it.
Yeah, I feel like there's an easier way, and people are screaming it.
So there's the question: has anyone?
Oh yeah, has anyone? Yeah, has anybody glued a piece of clear to something else, and how did you do it without seeing the glue?
Correct.
Throughout our marriage, I have realized that you have good ideas. They just require a lot of work and effort. But if we're willing to put in the work and the effort, it does come out well.
I'm willing to
and for
learn something
this,
new.
it's not that big of a deal. So it's not that big of an effort. It's just like sometimes stuff at the house, I'm like, whew, I ain't do that.
And probably just.
So we're gonna paint the whole back of it solid yellow, and then we'll glue it.
That looks like straight up mustard right there. Mustard.
Mustard. Yeah, it does.
Wait a minute.
It's gonna have some texture. We might should be using a brush. What's a bull brocket? So good. You can't get the peel off. Nice.
That's it.
That looks good. Does it look as good? Alright, now I gotta start gluing. I think our 3M doesn't like being in the garage. There's a couple things I might have done differently now that you gave us some ideas, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's gonna look like this or this? This one?
So what we're doing is making fillers for the back of the sign. And for our little battery pack, for our LED lights needs to be 3/4 inches thick. So we're gonna cut everything we're gonna cut at 3s and build it up. And if you'll see, this kind of mimics, and I left just a small gap. Like that.
Okay.
On both sides. And I mean, they don't have to be perfect, but it's got you a big enough gap that you can put cord through it. Yeah, and literally we're going to figure out where this is, and then the cord's going to wrap around the outside.
Okay, not even that close to here. You think it'll be enough light to shine through?
It should be.
Okay, cool. Spray.
But more bad.
We should have left enough room for that.
No,
Oh, I
I'm
guess
gonna
it still fits.
I know, that's true.
Yeah, so you could easily reach it. It still fits, actually. It could fit right there. Yeah.
Because that wire has to go that way.
Yeah. Through that, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's also the problem is that's going to block part of your light. So you can't
This
put it
thing
there.
is.
Yeah,
So you're saying I have to put it in
You
here?
have to put it there.
Okay. Fair. Fine. Yeah. We're just learning. We're just learning about this LED lit things. Just kind of get a little gauge here. Yeah. I like it. I can't wait to see it up on a wall, on a black wall.
No, that looks pretty cool. Seriously.
Yeah.
This is for a shoot?
Just
Potentially?
a set, yeah.
Oh, for a set.
Yes. To do multiple shoots.
Cool.
Not bad.
No, I like it. I think it's a great. I'm glad you actually added the acrylic.
I know, that was a
makes
good
me
idea.
Want to play around with that a little bit more, which is one more thing we gotta
Play around.
play around with. Yeah.